good day, and welcome to No BS Talk. I'm BradLovell from BradLovell.com.
And I'm JulieTurner, JulieTurner.ca.
And there will be no BS.
Because we know BS.
Julie knows BS.
I do know BS.
I'm just here for the ride.
I just wander around the earth calling it out. Mm-hmm. Within myself, quite often. It's
great.
It is.
Anyway, we just did an episode, and we kind of cued the end of that episode with, we're going to continue a talk. So, we're just going to dive right in. After a quick tea break, I said tea.
Yes.
After a quick tea break, we're just going to dive right into this conversation because we're kind of on a bit of a roll here. So, Julie, if you will.
Okay, well.
What are we going to talk about here?
Well, I just wanted to acknowledge, and thank you for saying that this is like kind of a continuation. We don't always wear the same clothes. And we are at my place still. For those stalkers that want to find us normally, we're usually at Brad's place.
GPS information is encoded in this video.
Yeah, try and figure that one out. I'm loving the fact that we are like snug as bugs and rugs here. Like we're just totally casual right now.
It's very cozy. This is cozier than my place.
Well, there's a little fireplace in front of us, an actual fireplace that you guys can't see. We're like saving all the special stuff for us. And people are maybe judging us now on that. Do you think they're judging us, Brad? What do you think, Brad? Do you think that there's judgment out there?
Judgment out there?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Did you like that segue?
That was a really good segue.
It was pretty freaking phenomenal.
I think I just guessed what we're going to talk about.
Actually, that's hilarious. Yes, judgment.
Mm-hmm.
So let's start by thanking people that are sending in questions. And we did get a question about judgment. Do you remember kind of the wording around that? Do you remember what the situation was?
Yes.
You don't have to like give detail, but
a very nice lady that I know.
Okay.
Watched the video a while back and wanted to ask, she was having a little bit of trouble kind of moving forward in doing some things that would have been absolutely positive in her life.
Right.
But she's just fearful of judgment.
Interesting.
Right?
Yes.
And that can be a tough one because we all fall victim to our own selves as far as our perception of judgment. Believe it or not, I have got quite a bit to say on this, which is probably not as clinical or maybe as correct, but I do have some views on it.
Okay, and views are good. And again, clinical or not, let's talk about that. Let's talk about judgment on that level. Actually, thank you for bringing that up. So yes, I am a clinical hypnotherapist, and I am so happy to help you guys get unstuck and move forward in your lives. Brad sometimes hesitates to give his thoughts or his opinion forward because he's like, well, I'm not clinical, I don't want to just give an opinion. At the end of the day, we are all just giving opinions. Educated or not, we're educated by another human being's opinions. So,
well, thank you for that.
I find that very interesting. Like, we all have something relevant to say about so many subjects, and we keep our mouths closed because we're like, but I didn't go to school for that thought process. I'm not saying you should just spout whatever, but honestly, so many people do, so why not you? But yeah, let's think about that for a minute.
Well, it's really
there's
about
so much judgment around that.
It's really about like inciting conversation,
yeah,
right? And thought.
Yeah.
So thanks for that because I do think about that. I don't want to lead anyone astray. I've learned a hell of a lot in my 43 years on this earth.
And you know what? We continue to learn even as people that are educated. Course after course, like I am constantly upgrading and educating and learning new things about my own industry and myself. So why would we think that just because somebody got a degree 20, 30, however many years ago, or even last year, that they've got this all figured out? Right. We don't have it all figured out.
Nobody does.
No.
We just need to think about it. So judgment.
We do. So judgment, yeah. So there's judgment at so many different levels, but honestly, that judgment of you not saying anything because you don't want to lead people astray, whose judgment is that?
That'd be my judgment.
Yes, it is. Absolutely. And that is the interesting thing about judgment. We feel like it's from someone else. We feel like I walked in the room and those people were judging me. The fact is, they didn't even notice you. They didn't pay attention whatsoever. The story that you are telling yourself is your story and yours alone. So is that like, great, I can move forward now? No. Understanding why you have that story. That's where I come in.
Well, it can be very crippling.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Like, it's crippling.
for sure.
And I know this for a fact because a number of years ago, I didn't realize I was dealing with judgment. I mean, here's a classic case. I should go to the gym because it's good for me. I've always been athletic, but do you think I'm going to go to a gym with anybody in it? I still, to this day,
Those
I would
people do get in the
prefer to work out alone, right? But the issue is like the logic of the whole thing completely dictates that I should just go to the gym. But this thing is going, well, I'll just wait till tomorrow when nobody. Well, the gym's going to be full all the time.
Yes.
So you're either not going to. So I'm just making an excuse,
For sure.
right? Inadvertently making an excuse not to go to the gym.
And we don't know why often we have these undercurrents running in our mind. So if we dug into Brad a little bit, we'd find out why he thought he was going to be judged if there was other people in the gym. But nobody takes the time to do that on the spot. They just don't do things. They just like, nope, somebody else is going to, they're going to judge me, or I'm going to feel nervous, or I might fail. Again, that's all of this stuff is happening within your own head. There's nobody else taking part of this. So you are conceiving the idea and then destroying the idea and then not moving forward, all without anybody else's participation. It's pretty wild when you think about it.
Oh yeah, it's insane, and it again, crippling, life limiting, all of those things. We're talking about a recipe for loneliness.
For sure, for
right?
loneliness, for literally, you could go off the deep end with this subject as to not only loneliness, but let's take it back to the gym or getting some sort of exercise. And you conceive, I need to get exercise. You think, oh, this would be fun. And then you go, oh, but I've never done that before. I might not be good at it. And then you start talking yourself out of it. But the whole idea was you needed to go to the gym because you are, either you're overweight and the doctor said like there's some risks here, or possibly you've started to notice that you need to physically move because your joints are starting to seize up, and yes, you actually should move them when they do that. So you can go into like the whole health category, not only loneliness, which again is arguably the health category as well.
Well, I guess, but I mean, just from a level of living your life in a good way.
Right.
I mean, I can't believe I'm going to get into this, but it counts. So I'm going. I spend my whole life as an entertainer. I stand on stages in front of people all the time, and people think, oh, Brad is this, outgoing super guy that, does this. And then when they meet me, they don't realize that I'm actually a lot more probably subdued, even though I'm hyper. But I have a problem with personal relationships, or at least building them. The solo ones.
Right.
Right?
Like being the extrovert to make that first move.
Right. I got no problem when it's my job, but when it's me, and subsequently, I've been single for a long time and I don't date. And people say to me, Brad, why don't you go date? And I'm like, I'll be goddamned if I'm going to sit across from a table and have a stranger judge me.
So, Brad has just announced that he's available. So if anybody out there is like, oh, please reach out to me. Don't reach out to him. Reach out to me. I got this.
I didn't even realize that was...
He totally opened himself up to that one, so I'm going to run with it. Just saying. For anybody that's actually met me, I've probably tried to set them up with somebody at some point, because that's who I am. I met this delightful person you should meet. So yeah, that was permission. Anybody out there arguing? It was totally permission. I feel like it was permission.
That was a fabricated story to just...
I feel like I just got permission. So that's what I'm going to run with. Just saying. Thank you for sharing that, by the way, because I know that that's not easy for you to share. And I make light often. But Brad is a phenomenal person that has done a lot of soul searching in his life in general, but certainly in the last almost year since we met.
Since the
Almost
Squirrel
a
and Nut
year.
show started.
Yes. What will we do for our anniversary show? He loves it when I poke at my own face. We just discovered this today.
She does this.
I do. And he never noticed before that I do this.
She's testing her retinol content.
My retinol content? Interesting.
Anyway,
okay.
Judgment.
Yeah, judgment. Yes. So is that supportive? Is that helpful for you to now move forward knowing that, well, your judgments are your problem? No, of course it's not. And we don't want to leave you there. We don't want you to just assume that, okay, now I got to fight through this myself. No, absolutely not. But start with the understanding and the awareness that everything that is conspiring in your own head is all your thought processes and the way that you are receiving information. If you are having a problem with this, if you are feeling judged in your life often, then maybe it's time to talk to somebody so that you can successfully move forward. And am I saying that never are you judged from the outside? No, I'm actually not saying that. The fact is that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. If you go to the gym and somebody says that person doesn't know how to do bench press, who cares? It doesn't matter.
Because you're there, and there's a whole bunch of people that aren't.
That is one thing, for sure. Now, Brad's judging the people that aren't going to the gym. But we all do, right? It's okay.
Making excuses. No, here's the other thing. Okay, the positive thing that can come out of that is,
Brad,
again, using the gym example, right? Most people are there for the same reason.
Yeah.
So they're on the same wavelength.
Absolutely.
So to go to a gym and think you're going to be judged, well, yeah, that may be happening, but I'm going to guess that there's a much higher propensity that the people there are more than willing to help you and share their knowledge, should you get to know them.
Right. And maybe don't take their advice. Maybe talk to a personal trainer. Some people, okay. But anyway, the point is that...
I like your shoes. You want to go on a date?
Whoever received that he was talking to them, he probably was. Just saying. Again, reach out to me, JulieTurner.
Oh my God.
At JulieTurner.ca.
Fuck.
Because we're going to make this happen now. And then I'm going to follow him on a date. This will be a great no BS. It'll just be me and Brad and his date with me filming. And possibly interviewing. This sounds like a lot of fun.
I can feel waves of terror.
Thank you so much, Brad, for bringing up this topic and for this lovely conversation. And I'm going to thank you guys in advance for the amazing feedback we're going to get on this one. Because this is going to be awesome.
I can hardly wait to take this shoe out of my mouth.
That's awesome. All right. How do they get a hold of you, Brad?
Talk to you.
Right. Talk to me. JulieTurner.ca. Just reach out. Or you can message us through No BS Talk. Or through wherever else you want to. I cannot wait. I'm so excited. Thank you, Brad, for this lovely episode. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you, Julie.
You're so welcome. Stay tuned for the next. We're still calling it an episode?
I don't know.
We're going to let Brad have a little bit of a nap
numb
now.
right now.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much. We look forward to seeing you soon.
In the name of wellness.
Bye.